Portland, nicknamed Sweet Pea, is a rare rarity heavy cruiser from the Eagle Union and is the lead and namesake ship of the Portland class of heavy cruiser. She's available from both heavy and special construction at a timer of 1 hour and 50 minutes. The beginner rewards Rookie Mission, Clear Stage 2-1, Medal of Honor Requisition, Guild Shop for 300 guild tokens, and from drops on stages 3-4, 4-1, 4-3, 5-4, 10-3, 11-4, and 12-4. Portland was launched from the Four River Shipyard on the 21st of May 1932, completed on the 15th of August 1932, commissioned on the 23rd of February 1933, decommissioned on the 12th of July 1946, stricken on the 1st of March 1959, and sold for scrap on the 6th of October 1959. Portland did the usual tasks an American heavy cruiser did in the Second World War. Here are her more interesting exploits. Assisted with the search and rescue of the airship Akron. Rescued 722 of the survivors of the Lexington sinking. Provided a defense for Yorktown along with Pensacola and Vincennes, but couldn't save Yorktown from sinking, rescuing 2,046 of her crew. Took on Rear Admiral Malin S. Tisdale and sailed for Tarawa with San Juan for a secret raid against the Japanese station there. During the Battle of the Santa Cruz Islands, she defended Enterprise with her AA guns, with an AA gun of hers aiming too low and damaging a splinter shield, with a Japanese submarine later firing 3 torpedoes at her with none detonating. During the Battle of Guadalcanal, Portland, 4 other cruisers and 8 other destroyers under the command of Admiral Daniel J. Callahan sailed to counter a Japanese force of 2 battleships, 1 cruiser, and 11 destroyers. They managed to sink IJN Akatsuki and Udachi while damaging IJN Haie. This came at the cost of heavy damage to Portland from multiple ships. During the Battle of Leyte Gulf, she successfully killed the captain and executive officer of IJN Mogami. In her base character art, drawn by Saru, Portland wears a black string bikini with a white star on the right cup, and that is connected to her metal choker. A light blue, black, and white sweater that she wears around her elbows, and a large anchor zipper. A black pleated skirt with 1 white stripe near the bottom, mismatched length white socks, the right side being a thigh-high with a garter belt, and the other being standard length. A very sharp-looking hair tie that is similar to Indianapolis's, and metal loafers. Her rigging consists of 2 armatures that appear to stem from her upper back. The armature to her left has 2 triple-barrel naval guns with white and light blue camo, while the right has 1 triple-barrel naval gun with light blue, white, and black camo. Portland's hull number, CA-33, near the back, and a ship hull with joystick on the front, and a thigh-high band with AA guns on her right thigh. She holds a book in her left hand with her sister ship, Indianapolis, on the cover and has heart-shaped pupils. In her voice lines, voiced by Kaori Yoshioka, who also voices G3 and Derringer in GFL, Portland is absolutely obsessed with her sister, Indianapolis.
はじめまして指揮官。私はインディの姉のポートランド。珊瑚海海戦、ミッドウェー海戦、ガダルカナル島の戦い、南太平洋海戦のすべてに参戦しました。え？インディって何かって？大好きな妹、インディアナポリスのニックネームです。インディちゃんの姉、ポートランドよ。ちゃんとしてって？ポートランドなんて、インディアナポリス級だったらいいのに。星16個もらって大きな作戦にも参加しましたけど、私のことはどうでもいいの。それより妹の話しましょ。インディちゃんにハーハーするのを邪魔すんな。インディちゃん、かわいい。指揮官、小さい時のインディちゃんの写真見ます？見たくないと言われても見せちゃいます。指揮官、インディちゃんがスイカ食べてる写真はどこ？ありがとう。あと、抱き枕を抱いてるのは？ここか。ありがとう。知らない間に、私よりインディちゃんコレクションに詳しくなったようですね。子供は？ そうね。インディちゃんみたいのが、10人。まずは10人欲しいの。もう何言わせるんですか？指揮官といつも一緒にインディちゃん鑑賞するようになっていますね。でも私にとってやっぱりインディちゃんが一番。それだけは譲りませんよ。指揮官、次の委託私とインディちゃんで組んでもいい？かわいいインディちゃんの写真後で見せちゃいますよ。ちくしょう。妹にはこんな姿見せられない。ねえねえ、指揮官、聞いてください。うちの妹、すっごく可愛いんです。これで、インディちゃんをもっとこうして、ああして、できますよね。ねえねえ、指揮官、聞いてください。うちの妹、すっごく可愛いんです。大好きなインディちゃん。お姉ちゃんすごいでしょ。指揮官、ここにいたインディちゃん見た？指揮官、早く出発しましょう。インディちゃんはグズグズするのが好きじゃないんです。うちの妹ったら、ほんと素敵ね。インディちゃんの薄い本を見たいですか？インディちゃんにだってこんなとこ触られたことないのに。指揮官、聞いてください。インディちゃんって、柔らかいんですよ。一緒に触ってみます？ああ、かわいいインディ。つか邪魔しないでくれる？インディちゃん。あ、間違えた。みんな、ついてきて。指揮官、ボーナスはインディちゃんのおやつ代にしていいですか？ちゃんとミッションやらなきゃ、妹に合わせる顔がありません。はじめまして、私はインディアナ・ポートランド。インディは何って？私の大切な妹で、一番大好きな。指揮官、知ってます？インディちゃんは、こんなに可愛いんですよ。指揮官、もう逃げられませんよ。さあ、インディちゃんの薄い本を布教しまくり。今日こそ、インディちゃんの魅力を徹底的に叩き込んであげます。主要な改正を逃さなかったですか？まあ、インディちゃんの可愛い瞬間を見逃したら、悔しくて泣いちゃいそうになります。インディちゃん可愛いセンサーが反応しました。指揮官、私少し失礼しますね。
At level 125 with max affinity and enhancements, base Portland has 4,671 HP, 207 firepower, 251 AA, 172 reload, 61 evasion, medium armor, 26 speed, 129 accuracy, 78 luck, and consumes 10 oil. Portland comes with 2 skills and an AOA, with the skills focusing on buffing herself and the fleet. Portland's first skill, Best Sister, at level 10, when she's sortied with Indianapolis, she gets plus 15% firepower, AA, and reload. Without equipment or the effects of any other skills, this raises her stats to 238 firepower, 287 AA, and 199 reload. Her second skill, Defense Order, at level 10, every 20 seconds, there's a 25% chance to decrease the damage the entire fleet takes by minus 15% for 8 seconds. This doesn't stack with the same skill. Her AOA looks like this and is procced every 8 times she fires her main guns. It's alright if you're going up against a bunch of spread out enemies, but if you're not, you're gonna want to get in close to try and make all the projectiles hit. The recommended equipment for base and retrofit Portland is the prototype triple 203mm SKC main gun mount for the best armor-piercing heavy cruiser gun, the twin 100mm Type 98 Kai high-angle gun mount for the best general-use auxiliary destroyer gun for breaking shields quickly, the twin 57mm L60 Bofors for the best general-use AA gun, the Beaver Squad tag for a buff to evasion, fleet movement speed, and is good for tanking, the high perf steering gear for a buff to evasion, survivability, and the chance to dodge all attacks, and the greatsword for a buff to firepower and the ability to do a slash attack. To fully retrofit Portland, you'll need Portland at level 85, 1 dupe of Portland or a purple Bullen, 16 T1 cruiser blueprints, 13 T2 cruiser blueprints, and 1 T3 cruiser blueprint, and 15.1 thousand coins. In a Retrofit Art, drawn by the same artist, Portland wears the exact same outfit as before, but with some minor changes. Her bikini bra has a few more stars on it. She switched her skirt out for some jean short shorts with the visible bikini bottom poking out. Her sweater is now unzipped and has some stars and a collar on it. Her socks have different garters now. She wears partially fingerless gloves. The armatures for her rigging are slightly different, with the hull of the ship being replaced by what looks like to be just some armor, a float plane launch, and some AA guns. The thigh band with AA guns is slightly different, and Portland now holds 3 different books with Indianapolis on the front cover of them. When fully retrofitted and at max affinity and enhancement, Portland's stats rise to 5,461 HP, 237 firepower, 266 AA, and 81 evasion. Her first skill, Best Sister, now buffs her stats to 273 firepower, 306 AA, with reload staying the same. It's more likely than not that Portland will be your first, if not one of your first ever retrofits, and one of your first Vanguard tanks, most likely due to her being a reward for the beginner missions, and some of the beginner missions being tied to retrofitting her. And I can see why that is, as for a rare rarity ship, she has decent stats and comes with 2 skills. Her first skill buffs her stats by a decent amount, and her second reduces the incoming damage for the entire fleet, not just her or the Vanguard fleet. She also gets +1 main gun mount from limit breaking, and is, as I mentioned, super easy to get, super easy to raise, with multiple ways of doing so. But she's far from perfect, and I'm not just talking about her being a syscon. Speaking of, her entire first skill relies on her sister, Indianapolis, being in the same fleet as her to get that plus 15% to 3 stats, meaning that if you don't have her, she's down to 1 skill. And you kind of need to build a fleet around her and her dearly beloved sister just to get both skills. Her second skill, while it does reduce damage for the entire fleet and makes her job as a tank easier, it's a 1 in 4 chance every 20 seconds, and it lasts for 8 seconds. So, 20 seconds pass, it doesn't proc, that means you get to wait another 20 seconds for it to proc. And if it does proc, then you're spending 12 seconds of downtime twiddling your thumbs for the chance for it to come around again. Overall, Portland is a pretty good choice for tank in your Vanguard fleet until the mid-game, maybe about chapters 8 or 9 with her retrofit. After that, you should have at least a few super rare ships, maybe PR ships, that do a much better job. You also need to keep in mind that you'll be using Indianapolis alongside her if you want that first skill to even work, unless you just want her for the 1 in 4 chance damage reduction. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter for updates, and please check out my Arc Knights and Girls Frontline videos as well.